Welcome, everyone, to a very special holiday edition of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I am your host, not the Ring of Honor World Champion, but still the complete
Lost.
Matt Cardona.
And I am your host, the most professional wrestler, TNA star, proud member of the system, the Scottie Pippen of Wrestling Figure Collecting, Brian Myers.
Is there two of you guys in the screen? There's two Brians in the screen right now. That's insane. I haven't seen these figures at all.
There's
it's
three
wild.
Brians, technically.
Oh, my God. It's three Brians on the show. Well, I'm also your producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire, the most famous professional wrestling lawyer. And this show is brought to you by our good friends, Ringside Collectibles. Use code MAJOR to save 10%.
And holy cow, if you're watching live, the sales that they put up this weekend.
Was it a 4.0 sale?
Giving stuff away, folks. I would just stop what you're doing right now and check out Ringside Collectibles.com. Use discount code MAJOR. You can save 10% on top of these ludicrous prices.
Can I just say this?
An Iggy on this, Brian.
First of all, Kristen should go to Ringside herself and just get a U-Haul, buy every figure that's there.
I've told her so many times that it's the point where our texts are only that. Like I can't.
Literally buy a storage unit, buy them all, and then that's your retirement.
I text Trent yesterday. I said, "These are $1.99. Buy 20 right now.
20, buy 200. Buy everything that they have in stock.
I know.
Call up John and say, how many do you have? I want them all.
Right. No question. Yeah. It was 5,000. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Right. But who cares?
Listen, I'm going to get negative for a second just to get positive. I hate when people, even on our Facebook group, they hate on Ringside when prices go up, like a little supply and demand. Like if something's rare, they jack the price up.
Ludicrous.
But nobody will give Ringside praise when they're basically giving away figures like this.
Or that,
right?
It technically should go both ways. Yeah.
Right. They're basically giving figures away under what they cost, under their cost.
I don't think I've texted Chuck Taylor in 10 years. I almost texted him and said, "Look, pal, these are $1.99. You're never getting another figure. Buy every
Oh my God.
one."
Oh, geez.
Well, you never know about that.
Put that
He's a producer. He's retired. That's not a shot.
Never say never. Never say never. Yeah. But guys, false.
Didn't Moxley's group end his life too? He's done.
Who knows? Never say never.
Never say never. All right, guys. Follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Major WF Pod. Subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcast, and leave a review. Not just any review, but a major review. If we read it on air, you will get a prize. Who do we got, Mark?
James _Wu10. He says, major review. This show, especially the FWF, was a major high spot for me during the 2020, the pandemic, and lengthy divorce. It's great to hear three friends discussing things they love every Friday while driving in a mail truck. Keep being awesome. Mailman James. Nice. Look at it. And he's got a nice little collection there.
Sick little collection. Hey, 2020 was a wild year.
Yep.
A year that will never be duplicated.
We didn't talk about, so we didn't mention it, but Broski, you missed the podcast for the beginning. But there was a half of the podcast Broski was in it. Did you think we did a decent job?
I thought you did a great job, yeah.
Nice.
I could
we
tell.
Used your notes.
No, listen, I think you guys did great. I missed being there, but I was still there in spirit, and I was there for the Q&A.
Right.
But you guys did great.
I got a little heated in the Q&A.
I can't. I was so tired. I couldn't tell you one thing about that Q&A.
Broski made fun of my workouts.
Oh,
Broski made fun of my workouts, and you guys made fun of me for building a computer in my life.
Oh my God!
But see, I think that's what people love. People love us just shooting the shit, ripping on each other like three friends do.
Sure,
that's what it is.
I just got shoot hot.
You did get shoot hot.
Shoot hoot. Shoot hot.
You get shoot. Mark gets shoot hot every couple of months. I get shoot hot. We all get
has a little fuse boy.
I'm a sensitive man, guys.
No, every once in a while we all get a little shoot hot at each other, but that's what friendship's all about, right? That's what friendship's all
about. When I get hot
at
you guys, I get hot for it's not even 90 seconds.
It's true. That's true.
All right, guys, the giveaway.
There. What's next?
The giveaway, courtesy of Ringside Collectibles. All you got to do is find the pin post on X, repost it to be eligible. Last week, it was the Hollywood Hogan. Who won that,
this
Mark?
week? The winner. Oh, sorry. Okay, jumping the gun. This week, Paul Wing Jr. there. He's a Coors Light fan, I guess. Yeah, cool. 38-48.
I like that.
He says, "My God,
would you stop bitching about wrestling and just enjoy it?"
Yeah,
thank you,
that.
Paul. Jesus
Wonderful
Christ.
words of wisdom from Paul.
Paul is right. Well, this week's giveaway is the Sandman Elite 111.
Oh man, great figure.
Even that
Great figure.
I couldn't believe the price of it because that's a hot figure.
That's cool.
Even for those that barbed wire accessory, it's worth it.
Right.
You know,
Man.
unbelievable.
I'm not sure if we mentioned this as talking about those sales. I believe somebody did. If you get the Danielsons, you can customize, pop the heads off, put a Claudio head on there because it's just the pants and the white shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't they all be short little guys?
They all
I
be
guess.
the wrong height. Yeah.
Well, Yuta would work. You could put the Yuta head on there
Do they all wear olive colored jeans too?
and white shirts. Yeah, at some point they've all worn a white tee.
The white tees is probably really what you'd
Right.
be pining for. But anyway.
All right, guys. MajorMarks.com, patreon.com/MajorWFPod, the fan club, the family, the community, the subscription service. Every single week we give away a prize to a new and old subscriber. Who do we got?
This week, first time in the line, Gavin Ward, classic superstar Jimmy Seymour.
Jimmy, you win. A lot of stuff on Major Marks, guys.
Seymour butts.
Seymour Butts. You get this podcast early and ad-free. Seymour. I love on Instagram like the videos of people going to Walmart looking for like their lost brother and it's the fake names. Like
so
I can just watch it for
Harry
hours.
Balzania stuff.
Yeah.
I wish we could do a bonus on like what our Instagram algorithm shows us. What does that mean about us? Broski just sees pranks in Walmart all day.
I love it. Jesus. All right. So you had two bonus podcasts. This month we did our favorite Christmas gifts and we did the December to Dismember watch along. I'd suggest checking those both out. The card, people have been receiving the card this month. It was Captain Joe Shoes. People have been loving that Captain Joe Shoes card.
Right. Shoes is the beloved mascot of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast officially.
Yes, and technically Shoes was the November card, so the December card will be going out January 1st, which we have in hand and is ready to go.
And then after that, there's one more card.
And a checklist?
Yep. Yeah, so if you're a member in January, you get two cards, actually. You get the 12th card of the set and the checklist.
Also, access to the Facebook group. And over in the Facebook group, we have the polls up right now. The year-end awards. So if you're a Major Mark in that Facebook group, you get to cast your vote for the year-end awards. Best figure, worst figure, and everything in between. So check that out over on the Facebook group. All the bonus shows, Let Him Breathe with myself, Silver Linings, Smart Mark, Figure Dissecting D Freedom. Oh, baby, He's Happy Hour. Captain's Log with Joe Shoes. What's with He's Happy Hour this month?
Well, earlier this month, we watched what I thought would be Heath's only holiday appearance, and then with a short, and he thought his only holiday appearance. And then with a short Google search, I found multiple segments that Heath played some sort of Santa or holiday elf or something on television, and we watched them and talked about them. But it was really funny, and I had a great time with Heath. Of course, he kind of got emotional at some point talking about the holidays. So,
all right. Anything else for MajorMarks.com?
I think we're chugging along there.
It's always
all right.
a good time, brother.
If you want to advertise your product or service, hit us up, majorpodcast@gmail.com. So follow up. Last week, I wasn't available. I was at Disneyland in California celebrating with the new, first ever, Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green. We did a little VIP tour of Walt's original park, Disneyland, and California Adventure. We had a great time.
Did she want to bring the belt, or did you make her bring the belt?
I made her bring the title. It's a championship, but I carried it all day in a backpack. So
okay, that's a good trade-off.
I carried it all day in a backpack.
You have to do this, and she was like, okay, or was she like, ugh?
I think an in between of and okay.
Okay.
Nice,
but
comfortable.
I don't know if you could see. I don't know if you can zoom in, but I got her some USA mini ears. I was always ready with the mini ears. Yeah. Wow. So check that out. But I wasn't the only one who went to a Disney park this week, huh? Right, Brian?
Yeah, I'm still recovering. I said I feel like I wrestled PCO and Rhino in a triple threat Iron Man for 5 days in a row. That's how I feel.
We're going to do, this is a spoiler, but we're going to do a big bonus episode.
We're going to resurrect Majorland.
Yeah.
But Chelsea Green isn't going to make it to this one.
No.
We
Professional
are
wrestlers coming. I got a lot of thoughts and opinions. I literally have notes in my phone every time.
All right, so we're not going to really discuss the trip today. We're going to wait till Majorland.
Right, we're going to record in about 14 days.
I will say that, like my kids believe, and it was very, very magical in that sense. For sure.
Nice. So did you
look at that.
So we also surprised them. And then also my parents surprised them and came and did a whole day too.
All right, I got to ask you, how was the surprise? Were they like,
I honestly think it was our biggest mishap. Because I don't think they were like mentally prepared for it was just so 0 to 60, and a lot for a little kid to process and think about, especially the rides and, getting skittish around characters and stuff, that kind of thing. So it was like a roller coaster of emotions.
I can see that because I had a pretty similar situation when I did the same thing with my daughter.
Because we literally woke them up 4 in the morning. I don't know why my wife was insistent on. She bought Johnny B. Bad confetti shooters, and carpeted their bedroom with this thing,
and then had to pick it up right after. What a rib!
And we did. And we left and picked it up at 8 at night when we got home from the trip, which was
terrible. I would never have done that.
So I think that might be that might have been our biggest mishap.
Right.
Well, so you got the Disney Photo Pass. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Liz bought that, and then
Smart.
We did do the new super lightning lane for Hollywood Studios. So got a lot to discuss. I literally have notes.
The shirt's
Can't wait
great.
to hear it.
Most expensive Christmas ever.
Yeah. So I was quick note on that because we don't have to talk about it in Majorland, but yeah. So it's his best Christmas ever. It's what the girls wore, and then me and my dad have most expensive Christmas ever. But I wore my System fanny pack over my shoulder, so you couldn't really read mine all day.
Right.
My dad got stopped like a celebrity all day, 25 times. Where did you get this? How can I buy it? When really, Danny Kazu does all the major, all the Creative Pro merch, just made them up for my wife.
Right.
So
I love
not
it.
really something you can just buy, but it was insane. But it was also not my favorite shirt I saw that day. My favorite shirt I saw that day was there was a dad walking around with a shirt that said, "I'm just here to pay for everything."
Yeah.
And then my real favorite one was another dad walking around and said, "My favorite Disney villain is my wife." So those were,
That's
Wow.
terrible.
yeah, I know. And the wife just proudly stomping next to him. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, those are great shirts, but my favorite shirt might be the new Chelsea Green shirt. Did we talk about it last week by TTD? Look at that
What a
shirt.
segue!
What a
That was great
segue.
anyway.
And
We
you
did.
know,
We showed the graphic.
What's the
I said,
logo on the back
I
there?
love this.
that's like some WWE made logo that they just threw on the back.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm always ready, and I thought there might be a chance Chelsea Green wins this United States title.
So you had
So I
that thing.
TTD ready
I feel
to
like-
go with this logo.
I feel like we could never submit a logo when we worked there.
You can't. Chelsea went above and beyond,
I was gonna
infinity
say,
and beyond.
there's no way to really, or you could give I'd like it to look kind of like this and be it will say Chelsea, 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 and it's the flag, and then I'm the Statue of Liberty. You could do that, but you can't just be here, this is it.
I think it came down to it wasn't going to get better than this. It was just so perfect.
And the speed too, I'm sure, right?
And it's a little it's kind of paying homage to an old Zack Ryder shirt, which I really love too. I kind of threw that in there.
Wow, the truth's coming out here.
But yeah,
It's
I
great.
did say last week, I'm sure you realize this, but a lot of people are like, wow, the first ever couple to be United States champions. And I'm like, well, she's the only United States
I know it's so great. That's
So
the heat.
That's not really a great trivia fact. But what I thought was exceptionally cool was that you both won titles in the Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah, that is very
Chelsea's
cool.
home away from home.
That's right.
Yeah, also, which is difficult to do because the Nassau Coliseum really isn't a venue that's frequented. That's probably her first time there.
No, I think it was. And TTD, not only did he make a WWE shirt, but he made an AEW Ring of Honor shirt, and it was the top selling shirt of the week.
Nice.
Thank you very much, TTD. Thank you very much to fans who made the top selling shirt of the week on shop@aew.com. The always ready Ghostbuster-esque shirt. I guess we'll talk about it real fast. Ring of Honor, Final Battle, Hammerstein Ballroom.
Before you go to that, just wanted
Yeah.
to make note. So December 6th, we're going to record that Major Land episode, and so it'll be
January
out-
6th.
January 6th, sorry. It'll be out early January if you would like to hear that whole breakdown of the Disney trips.
It's going to get
Wait,
interesting.
we're gonna-
It's going to get
I have
interesting.
a lot of counterpoints and questions for you guys. I have
Oh, boy.
Right. I'm literally excited about the talk. So
Yeah. So, Ring of Honor, let me just backtrack for a second, okay? I was asked, hey, do you have any ideas for like an elaborate New York entrance? I said, yeah. I get an Ecto 1 out of the firehouse and drive to Hammerstein Ballroom. They're like, great, let's do it. I'm like, what? So, obviously, I've dealt with Ecto 1s before.
it's not my first time dealing with an Ecto 1, pal. And I'm like, around
So,
that
D,
bad
put up
boy.
that picture, okay? Look at this. This was the night before Hammerstein. I'm in the gear, okay? The firefighters at this firehouse, incredible, so accommodating. They're letting us wait
That logo
inside.
is just out there at all times.
Yeah, because now like they've embraced it. It wasn't like that all the time. They've just embraced it over the past couple
I knew
years.
It wasn't crazy. Okay.
Yeah, they just embraced it over the past couple of years. So the firefighters, they let us inside and chill and wait for the Ecto 1. Long story short, Ecto 1 never showed. Never
So you're just
showed.
sitting around in your trunks with a bunch of firefighters?
Well, pretty much. And I said, well, then I said, you know what? I might as well like put on the elbow pads and the wrist tape and take a picture in front, you know?
Yeah.
right.
So I was supposed to have this elaborate entrance driving, which did not happen. But it wasn't
So
meant to be.
disappointing with the Ghostbusters gear plus the Ghostbuster
Oh.
shirt. Like it would have been such a perfect thing. It would have made the match better.
Yeah,
It's like-
it would have made everything better. It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
but then
sad.
they had the idea of me just coming from the streets anyway, which still worked, you know, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the
Freezing
same.
was in New York. I was in Florida.
Oh, it was ice cold, bro. This
Dude,
picture was not
As we're
enjoyable to
recording
take.
right now, I don't know if my home has ever been colder. I don't know what's happening.
Same.
Damn. But anyway, final battle, Ring of Honor, Hammerstein Ballroom versus Chris Jericho. It was a lot of fun.
Go streamers.
Some neon green streamers. Really cool to be on
Terry
that.
through those or the fans?
No. Bob and Terry were there. My dad, bro, I grabbed Jericho at one point, like classic indie spot. I grab him by the arms. I go, Dad, hit him. He gives him like,
No, he
I
just
don't even
puts
wanna-
his hand on his face like he's blessing him.
like
What is that? Look at that.
He is blessing him.
First of all, in that photo, like it doesn't look as bad because it could be a pie face, but in real time, in
Right.
real life, like
He just places his hand.
I don't know what I said.
Wow,
Do it
Bob is
again.
like- Bob is transitioning to superstar Billy Graham, by the way.
We
so
sell that as an 8x10.
no, he means the one in the firehouse, not this one.
Oh my god.
He doesn't mean this one. But great match with Jericho. Really, really fun. I did tweak my ankle in the match. I thought I broke my ankle. Luckily, it's not broken. Scare. I kind of feel like a little pussy for complaining about it being on the. Mark did help me out. I was on crutch. I couldn't put any weight on it. I had to
Shut
get.
up.
Bro, I swear to God.
Crutch
Mark was
job?
there. Crutch job out of the
job.
building.
You got stretchered out of Hammerstein, bro?
Not stretchered out, but like I
carried
had to get helped out like this to the back. Mark had to get my bags. Crutch job out of there.
That was the rib on me. The Hammerstein Ballroom is 4 floors up, so bro, I had to go all 4 floors up to pack back Broski's bag and then bring him back down. It's terrible.
Man, not to put the attention on me, but I had a similar situation before Disney. I had that tables match with the Hardys.
Yeah.
So that was Friday night. I wrestled again Saturday. Come home Sunday. I went to the Creative Pro Christmas party. I'm perfectly fine. Not a scratch on me. I'm laying in bed Sunday night, and my hip just starts throbbing, and I cannot sleep, like all night, tossing and turning.
Yeah.
I get up to come downstairs to like do breakfast, and when my wife and kids, I couldn't go up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to
Oh
leave
my
for
God.
Disney tomorrow and walk 10 miles a day.
You would have been wheelchaired like Swaggle.
I would have had to get the Swagga wheelchair job. So then I called my like therapist guy, had an emergency appointment. He worked on me, and I'm like, we watched them. Dude, if you watch the table bump I take, it's
Yeah.
all my left hip, just.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did this hurt 3 days later? It's never happened in my life. And the guy just looked at me and goes, "You're old now, man.
Yeah.
This is what happens." I was like, okay.
That happened to me with the neck thing. It had 4 days later. Just
Bro,
my neck
what?
locked up.
That's like never in my life. Every time I've ever got hurt, I go, okay, I got hurt right away.
Right.
Bro, this was the weirdest thing that ever happened. I took a superplex and then it got up. And then, like, when I stood up, I go, oh my God, I broke my ankle. And I'm like, I still have like 5 minutes left in this match. Like, I thought I was in so much pain. I thought when they unzipped my boot, I was going to have like the bone sticking through. That's how bad I thought it was.
I can't confirm. And not to make fun of you, but I was there and the guy is unzipping the boot. And Broski goes, is that blood? What's that blood from? And then the doctor goes, that's your sock.
Did you forget you had red socks on or something?
No, I had gray socks on. I was so like convinced that like the bone was sticking through. That's how much it hurt.
God damn.
But I was also feeding off Broski, so I'm thinking, oh my God, it's the fucking bone.
Could have done the RVD promo at Hammerstein for GCW.
I know. Well, I will be missing the GCW show in Seattle. Sorry if anyone bought tickets to Seattle December 28th. Sorry, Brett Lauderdale.
There's
This might be
shows this year.
Yeah, I can't make that one. But look at this. Look at this radio silence. Picture perfect. D, put that picture on the screen.
That's the thing, Broski. I watched this match, every move, and thought nothing of anything. And then you come to the back and you're on crutches, and I was so confused. And you said, for 5 minutes, you're trying, to figure out what to do. You think your legs, whatever. No one in the world noticed.
Oh, God. I'm afraid to watch it back.
I bet you if I watch it back now, I'll notice like a little bit. But in the moment, watching it, nothing looked more than like just somebody selling in a match. I didn't even notice. So
I got
any tweets? Wow, Broski got hurt.
No. I mean, I think people saw me afterwards getting walked out or crutched out, but I don't think anyone saw it in the match. But
you should go to my guy today if you're in town. He's unbelievable.
Maybe I will.
The Movement Underground in Seaford.
Anyway, great show, Hammerstein Ballroom. But I'll be back January 19th, GC Dub.
I gotta say, as a Hammerstein fanboy, I'm so upset they painted those balconies that like color.
It almost looks too nice, right?
It's like greenish blue and not the gold, and like that was like what makes you. It doesn't even make you think you're in the same place.
Took away a little bit of the grit.
And also, obviously, AEW Ring of Honor is a professional company, so it looked very, very nice, almost a little too nice.
Right, yeah.
$1,000 truss lighting rig, so everything was lit. And then, the other thing, Brian, is a little bit of lore that I sort of found out in talking is that, ECW, Ring of Honor back in the day, used to just pack people in there and say F the code, right? So there's a max amount of human beings you can have in the building.
Right.
So, obviously AEW and the new Ring of Honor is following said code.
Of course, yeah.
So when it feels like there's people falling over the balconies in those old clips, they literally were because there was too many people.
Oh, dude, I lived there.
Right. So there's that. But
also Jeremy Padawer.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, Jeremy Padawer, listen, I'm holding him to this. He said Cardona, Jericho 2-pack is going to be very poetic.
Just fucking milking the teat here.
You got to remember, you can't tease a man, especially me, with something like this. Do you agree?
Right.
You can't publicly you can't publicly put this out there into the universe,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and not finish the job, You can't blue balls me here, Jeremy.
Well, also
this has to happen.
Make this happen 3 years from now, too.
Right. Start working on it now. Let's go. Everybody remember this post.
every 6 months.
The lowercase J's, Jeremy. Let's go.
Yes. Before we move on from Hammerstein, the 3 nights in Hammerstein, so the Collision and Ring of Honor taping Saturday, and then Dynamite Rampage taping Sunday. But the Premier Athletes, got a chance to go out there and have a match against Shibata and Tom Billingsley, the Dynamite Kid, and that will be on Honor Club this week. So check that out.
Do the Premier Athletes have an exclusive contract with Shibata that's the only guy they work with?
I mean, this is I think a feud of the century. Smart Mark Sterling versus Shibata.
Century.
It's my issues with the New Japan talent. Go far, go really deep. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Of the Chuck Palumbo Kenny Dykstra feud that of 07.
Oh my god!
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head.
All right, let's talk about. People have been saying this about the Vietnam, the new factory from Mattel, and there was a small sample, a small number of Razor Ramon with the Cody Rhodes torso.
Right. Yeah.
Now, like,
Oh my
listen,
God.
a lot of major marks have been asking us to discuss the new factory and
Is
the
that
quality
confirmed
control.
that there's a new factory and
I believe so in
confirmed.
Vietnam. But a lot of people have been asking us to bring this up, like it's our responsibility to talk about, I guess there have been, according to the fans, a lot more quality control issues. I don't have I don't have numbers in front of me. There's always going to be quality
just 'cause
control
someone
issues.
Posts a picture online doesn't mean like 400 of these exist, right?
Right. Now, listen, I can't sit here and say I haven't received a figure that had like a loose neck in the past couple of months because I've received a few, but these are so, and I don't want to make an excuse for Mattel. I'm not being a Mattel shill. They don't pay us at all. But it's like, guys, these are so mass produced. We're talking thousands and thousands and thousands. Of course, there's going to be some mess ups.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's a toy line in the history of the business that didn't have, errors?
Yeah.
It's
now,
just not would you like them to be less infrequent? Yes. Have
Of
you been on
course.
the receiving end of when you're anticipating something coming in the mail or whatever, and then you get it and it's messed up? Yes, I understand that sucks and that hurts.
of course,
but
you spend $40 or whatever on an Ultimate, you get it like whatever from Ringside. It's not Ringside's fault. You get it, and there's a big paint smear in the face. Yeah, it sucks. I think the fans, they're thinking that someone at Ringside, right, or even it happens to us on Click Major, that they think someone is shipping these out and looking at the figure and go, okay, like from the feet to the head, looking at it and examining it before they put it in the packet. That's not what happens. They're shipping these out as fast as possible, unless like a head is removed. No one is blinking an eye if an eye is facing the wrong way or something like that.
Right.
Like I just don't. I don't know what the solution. I don't exactly know what the fans want us to do. Like, of course, Mattel would even if there was this issue, they're not gonna like come on here. Well, I'm not quite sure what they want us to say or do. Here's a Razor with a different color boot. Like, guys, this has been happening since toys have been toys. They have.
Oh no, they just forgot to paint the.
Right, that's not, but bro, there's Hasbro's. Like this. This happens with every toy line. With mass-produced toys, and it's going to continue to happen. Are there more from this new factory? Maybe people think that based on posts online, but we have no proof of that. We have no solid information. A lot of people say things like, I even saw one when this Razor came out. Someone said every single Razor Ramon is like this in the UK. I said every single one. He's like, well, I saw 10 posts. Well, okay.
There's no. Yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing. Maybe it wasn't, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
wish-
guess the only thing I could say is maybe they just want us to mention it, and
Sure. No, like, we are acknowledging it.
yeah.
Yeah. And listen, I
Quality
wish every
control. We acknowledge you.
No, I wish every single figure came absolutely perfect. And this is not, I'm not bullshitting. Like, guys, I spend my hard-earned money on this too. So if I'm buying, a $20, $25 Elite and I get it and there's something screwed up, I'm pissed too. Like, I totally get it. But it's just unrealistic to think that every single figure is going to be absolutely perfect.
Right.
So, I mean, could we try to get Mattel on here and discuss this so maybe we give you their point of view? I just don't think that will realistically happen. I don't think they're going to get on here and talk about quality control.
They're going to say
with
the
you
same
guys.
thing, though, like basically,
Right.
but in more corporate speak. Like,
Exactly.
accidents are going to happen, like whatever.
I mean, D, can you give us your opinion on this from a D Freedom point of view?
Well, here we go.
Well, he is
Running
corporate
time.
D, so
Corporate D.
knows? He might give us a
Time to play the
Wearing a
game.
tie.
corporate.
Time to play the game.
Hey guys, what's up?
D,
Hi, D.
D, you look
Happy
handsome, by the
holidays.
way.
Oh, thank you.
Beard
Yeah.
is flowing. Mustache is flowing. You gotta go. It's Tim Sterling
He's
mustache
got a
coming in.
bottomless brunch to get to, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah. D, we kind of
Go
explained
to
it in
happy
like
hour, pick up some babes.
D, we just explained this quality control issue in dumb wrestler terms. Can you, I don't know if you agree or disagree, but can you let the people know, based on your interpretation, what's going on, what is going on?
Well, everyone, I mean, this has been a thing that's been happening with other toy companies as well, is that it all depends on your Asia partners, but there's not always China. There's other avenues. Like, they've also sometimes experimented with Indonesia, but now Vietnam is basically a number two source of manufacturing vendors that are available. So they some stuff gets sent to Vietnam, and sometimes it doesn't always, I guess, from the fans' eyes, it doesn't always seem like it's to the same level of quality that you would see at a China manufacturing vendor. But that's not the case. I mean, there's several. Hasbro's been doing it. Jax does it. There's several other companies that use Vietnam as their manufacturing vendor. And once again, it happens in China as well. Nothing's perfect. These errors happen all the time. Once again, it just all depends on the numbers, especially with the inkjet printing. That was a big thing that the errors, I guess, that come with that in terms of its placement, with it being just one solid operation as opposed to various layered operations that come with tampo operations, aka pad printing. So this stuff, it just happens all the time. It just doesn't really get reported on. Obviously, wrestling figure collectors make things bigger than what they are and see various posts across the groups thinking that this is like a widespread issue, but it's not very widespread in reality.
I guess that's about my right. It's not widespread. Let's pump the brakes.
And it's like a Yelp review. People are gonna be drawn to the negative Yelp reviews. People are gonna. Okay, no one's posted. Oh my God, my Seth Rollins has perfect paint app. Right?
Oh man,
it's gonna be the people.
So long.
It's gonna be the people just complaining and complaining and complaining. And I'm not saying you're not justified in complaining. I don't want it to be taken like I'm saying that. Like, I'd be pissed too, and it's happened to me. I am pissed, but unfortunately, it is what it is, and we're addressing it because people wanted us to address it. I'm sure people are going to be upset the way we're addressing it, but I don't think it's a big issue. I just think it's reality that mass-produced figures, some of them, are going to come a little messed up. That's how toy collecting's been since the 39 years I've been alive.
New thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
you know what I just realized?
Also, you put it in that particular case, not to keep harping on this, but you put a soft goods jacket over a figure that's come off the belt, you're never going to see that mistake.
I'm not saying that's okay, but yes.
But I'm just saying that's a tough one to catch. It's not like, that's all.
And you know what? Maybe we will invite Mattel on to see if they can give us any sort of information on this, and let's see what they say.
Maybe if it continues,
Well, I think it's going to continue. Of course, it's going to continue. These are mass-produced items. I don't think people understand how many of these are getting made.
Yeah, if you compare, let's say, for example, the Ultimate Edition CM Punk that's exclusive to Ringside Collectibles that you can get on WrestlingFigures.com, use discount code MAJOR to save 10%. But if you were to get that and compare it to another sample, they're not going to match up. There's always going to be a difference in terms of the placement. It's just like by the slight millimeter or even half a millimeter, there's going to be differences in terms of all the painting, even the injection molding process. Sometimes the flashing isn't always handled. It all depends. It all depends. I mean, this is what is that? 2-shot injection molding. It's insert molded arms. It's different molding processes. Different. There's a day team and a night team at the factories. It's just going to happen. But it gets reported on more often in the wrestling figure community. So they just they see it as an issue more often, at least from their eyes. But this happens all the time and other stuff. It just doesn't get reported on by its collectors because their fan base isn't that strong, or it just isn't they're not looking at things from that lens.
Right. And we know from our toy company, let's say a big rubber guy, let's say there's 2,000 to 3,000 made. Of course there's ones that are messed up. A Mattel, 30,000 made, 50,000? I don't even know the exact number. So, of course, every single one is not going to be perfect. But I think we spent enough time on this. I'll ask Mattel if they want to come on and talk about it. I can't say they will. I can't make promises, but I'll send the invite out,
Yeah. And if you notice any issues with your item that you receive from wherever you buy it, you can, if it's still in package, you can return it to the to where you've purchased it. Similar to with Ringside, if it's unopened, then you can return it. But if it's been opened, then you contact Mattel customer service. So yeah, and they'll take care of you within the next several days or so. So just the waiting game, and you got to play the game. So yeah, that's just how it goes.
It's like your entrance music says.
Time to play the game.
Play the game.
All right,
Well,
thanks,
you
D.
sparked something in my
Appreciate you.
head there, broski.
What's that?
I've taken 100 Delta flights this year, and
100.
I've never tweeted a single nice thing, but I had one bad day, and I tweeted all day.
Of course.
People, man. That's life.
I think I gotta.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna get on Delta. I'm gonna get on Twitter today and say something nice about Delta. That's what I'm gonna do.
Say, I'm a Delta loyalist, and I love the lounge.
Let me tell you about the lounge, guys.
Tell
Brian,
me.
you get
Speaking of Delta,
special
speaking of
stuff?
Delta,
Yes.
$100 left to get the diamond medallion.
Are you gonna get it?
I will because I have 315 pending, so I'll get it.
Let's go.
Nice.
Oh,
Let's go.
by the skin of my teeth. By the
I
skin
didn't
of my
get it
teeth.
this year, but I'm rolling over from the year, prior year, so I still have diamond, but I didn't like technically hit it.
How are you rolling
Oh, well.
over?
There was some kind of thing last year. Moose and Jordan Gray showed me.
Yep. This year there was your pending because they changed the whole system
They
this year.
changed their whole system, and then you were able to roll over like existing stuff.
You did that 100%, broski. We talked about it this
Oh,
year.
I must have
and you
already did it.
Yeah, you did it because
Okay.
that's why you're hitting 28,000, and that's how I did too because I had some.
So like next year, I'm
didn't do
probably never
all.
going to hit it. I'm probably never going to hit it next year.
I fly every week on Delta. I'm not going to come close.
They literally
Next year.
like made it much more difficult. Yes,
I don't know who the hell. The only people are the people that fly cross country every week. Then
I'll
you'll
tell you
get
what.
it,
I'm
probably.
ruined by this lounge life that I might have to upgrade my Amex to like that one where I just get in.
Yes, but
I have that anyway. I don't use.
But-
I'm not a lounge guy. I told you guys that.
I am.
Once
but
you start though, you can't. It's hard to go
It's
back.
just that I don't get to the airport early enough to go to a lounge.
My new thing is I've been going like an hour early and just like decompressing and sitting there. Yeah,
there you go,
Never.
Brian.
it's not
But
bad.
No.
but here's the problem. Just so you know, the card is only going to let you in limited times next year.
Oh my god, what is this?
What?
Yeah,
Too many rules, brother.
yeah. So that's not good.
All right, let's talk some figs. Look, let's talk about this. Colton Toms, Coltes Customs made this incredible Chelsea green
Dude,
custom.
this is like breathtaking.
Yeah.
First
I
of
didn't
all,
know they did this.
unreal. This needs to be. We need to see this at Comic-Con. We need this elite, bro.
I don't know
They're-
how often Chelsea changes their hair color very frequently, huh?
Not quite. Sometimes she puts a little blondish in it.
Yeah, because that figure actually has the blondish. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Doesn't that figure have straight hair? So they did something to the. They like curled the hair even.
Yeah, I think it's different hair.
Holy smokes!
It's unbelievable, and it's like fabric gear as well.
Yeah. Wow. Holy.
And I love
smokes.
the Zack Ryder call out with the one leg.
Right.
Wow.
So I would love to see this.
I'm
listen,
sure Mr. McKean is already working on it.
Well, I think he has to because they got to get that title out.
Oh, there you,
You
go.
know?
You can't put it with anyone else.
They can't. So sorry, Oscar's not the champion,
look at
Bill.
James and Vicky, an ultimate Chelsea green. Now we're talking.
Ooh, ultimate. I would love
Whatnot
that.
store will be on fire.
Oh boy, will it! This I thought was really, really cool. Bret Hart just signed the Hart vs. Hart Family Feud 2-pack, and he put a halo over Owen's head.
That's cute.
Thought that was awesome.
I wonder if he just did that or that was asked. I would love to hear the.
I don't know. PEI WWF collector. So
That's
Very
cool.
I just would like to know
Very,
a
very
little bit
cool.
more of the story.
Oh, is this another one? This looks like a second one. Oh, there's two. Okay.
So maybe he just does that when he sees it.
I love that. All right.
It is their only 2-pack, correct? Or like only time they come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice because it it obviously fixes the symmetry of the
Yeah, it
signed
fills
figure.
the space and it's
Yeah.
That's a very, very nice one. I loved getting this 2-pack. It has Owen with the cast, the Brett in the all pink. It's kind of like a mishmash of
hanging
times,
on the
but
wall 10 feet from me here.
beautiful, beautiful 2-pack. Guys, I do want to plug December 25th, the complete history of WCW
That's
Galoot
Christmas,
figures.
bro.
I know. I was like, what is
Remind
happening?
everyone that it's Christmas.
Guys, Santa is coming.
Yeah.
Well, Santa is coming with some Galoobs because the complete history
baby.
of WCW Galoob figures will be up, audio and video. Of course, I recommend the video, but this is a tradition, a major pod tradition. Christmas morning, listen to this. Whether you're
Our
packing
fans
up the
really
gifts
look forward
or
to
what.
this, and so do we. And we put our heart and soul into these episodes to make them complete.
So Dean did some
Finalized it
great
last
research.
night, basically. So we're ready to rock. I'm looking forward to it. So
And if you're a Patreon member, that will be on the main feed. It will not be on your Patreon feed. So if you can't
Right.
find it, it'll be on YouTube or the main feed. Guys, collectmajor.com. I want you to go over and get the Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. The Brian Myers, as we talked about, has 2 TNA tag team titles, so they're limited to 1,000. These are almost sold out, guys, and maybe Brian's can be repainted down the line, but mine will not. So make sure you get those limited to 1,000. Mine with the internet title, removable crown, the deathmatch god look. So pick that up. These will be in stock hopefully within the month or two. These are not a pre-order, is the order thing. I mean, it is, but they're already almost done. We're not tallying up how many were made and then ordering them. So get them right now, collectmajor.com. But I did want to mention Big Rubber Guys Series 11 go on sale January 1st for the month. The pre-order is the order on those, and the fans have not seen them yet. So let's show them. Do we have pictures, D? Oh, up first, Missy Hyatt, 40 years in the business, first ever figure. So get the Missy Hyatt. We will have better pictures on the social media in the upcoming days or weeks. So there's the Missy Hyatt. She will have a removable skirt like the LJN Miss Elizabeth. And then, of course, we have Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. These are insane.
Boy, howdy.
Double A, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, members of the Four Horsemen. You can make them the Four Horsemen. You can make them the Brain Busters. Do whatever you want for your Fig Fed. But get those, collectmajor.com in the month of January.
Let's freaking go.
Sick. All right, guys, up next is some news brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
The Major Pod Network has partnered with our favorite adult beverage, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out with some Paps.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the tag team champions of the world.
Of the world.
Major PBR. Forever. Welcome everyone to the news brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Every single week, use the hashtag MajorPBR. If we choose your picture or video, you will get a prize. Who won this week, Mark?
All right, Major PBR, we've got Marcus Brandon, our good pal. At Marcus B. Breaks, my Hanukkah present arrived a little early thanks to Mark Sterling. I am now the proud owner of Matt, Mark, and Brian's Major PBR
That's
ring gear sets.
Actually, very impressive.
That's
Considering
really,
how
really cool.
competitive all our fans are with stuff like this.
Wow.
Wow.
Johnny Cisco says Matt isn't tan enough. His
It's true.
thing. And my joke to him was that the mannequin was tanner than me.
Marcus, slide into those DMs if you want a title to complete that set, man.
Oh,
I think actually he needs that.
Yeah, I agree.
No question. And I'm not even being a jerk here. He needs that.
We can make a deal, pal.
I will say this.
Steal of a deal.
Is this the only look that that's like a matching for all three of us?
100%.
That we've ever done, yeah. I remember I'm like, why did Brian get black? Why didn't he get the red, white, and blue? But
It's on the
But
side.
the logo's
so.
on the side of red, white,
yeah,
and blue.
yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. And that M might be blue. We just can't tell.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But the base,
Very, very cool.
The base is navy for
We got to get some more matching gear for 2025.
That'd be cool.
I think we got some ideas. All right.
We should have a trio at some point in the year.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, breaking news here, guys. Live look, WrestleCade 2099. Apparently they put Chris's head on ice there, and you can still get those figures signed.
Holy shit.
Stiff, bro.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, she is an alien, so that would make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. Interesting news week. A lot of retro talk. Top Rope
I guess
Collectibles.
Trent and Chuck are long dead. They didn't even make it.
Yeah, no, they didn't put their heads
Just
on ice. So
confirming.
yeah.
Oh, Trent is too lazy to put his head on ice.
He's too lazy to buy figures of himself.
What a silly insult! He's too lazy. Put his head on ice for the future.
He's too lazy to do that. All right,
man.
Top Rope Collectibles showed off the artwork for Marcus Alexander Bagwell. I think they did a little fan voting. I don't hate it.
No,
I don't hate it, but I want to see these figures. We haven't, we
The
saw a
rookie
prototype.
sensation, Mark. It's a very cool
Yeah.
concept, but
I do like this. We've talked about this before. I don't know how much meat on the bone there is for this line.
right.
I'm into it. Listen, we just did the history of Galoobs. We love Galoob. So if they can make some heavy hitters, I know they have the PN News, which was unreleased. I think it's a great one. Marcus Alexander Bagwell. They got the Johnny B. Bad coming. Let's see who they can do. I'll support. If the figures are good and affordable or fair, I will support. If the quality is there, I will support. So there's that. Title Run Toys, another new retro company out there, showed off their Ernest the Cat Miller 3D rendering. It's hard to judge. I mean, it looks okay, the 3D rendering. We got to see some real product. We got to see how these come out.
Sultan from the wrestler.
I
What
don't
is
know. I'm a big retro fan. I collect all the companies. It's like, do I need an Ernest the Cat Miller?
Yes, the reach.
I'm not
I,
sure.
I was a huge cat
I'm
fan.
also the way that foot is makes no sense. It needs like a flat part.
Well,
It's
I'm questioning whether or not that's going to stand, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Like that looks like a
because
tough
even the houses that
standard.
are like that, like the Bushwhackers, I'm looking at like the bent, but at least some of it is flat. It's not.
But
just
the bushwhackers fall over all the time.
I know. Also that too.
and nothing against Ernest the Cat. I would love him in that bone crushing wrestler set.
Yeah.
I really gotta see how this comes out. I'm rooting for this company, but this company didn't really have any anchors in their first set.
I'll take a cat.
So-
I like a cat.
We'll see. FC Toys, Wrestling Something Wrestlers, showed off a little tease to the Brian Crush Adams. Looked badass.
That looks cool.
Looks really cool.
So that looks like going to be a better version of the green card.
Yep, I'll probably be getting that. FC Toys makes some incredible stuff. This is where things are going to get interesting. Hassel Toys, grapplers and gimmicks. More updated shots of the Santa Claus, like you guys talked about. Little mistimed.
Oh, you get a sack.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it's a great concept, and I do think a lot of fans would want it. 'Cause it's fun, but
And
no
in
one's
fact,
gonna be thinking about Christmas. In 2 days, no one's going to be thinking about Christmas.
I do want to steal. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to steal his idea, and I want to do a big rubber guy Santa for
And have
next
it
year. But
ready
have it
for
like in
next
stock.
year.
Yeah, like
Ship
have it
in the
ready to
fall.
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does the sack attack. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do like
Shout
that.
out.
I do
Oh,
like
so
that.
maybe this is a Matt Cardona, and you got to count your
Ooh.
collection.
He showed off. This is big news, actually, that he's the first person to get Rick Martel signed to a deal. So I was questioning, well, if you have Rick Martel, why would you do like a Strike Force look? Well, it turns out he has Tito Santana, and he's had it for
Arriba.
a year. Arriba. So I don't
So you can
understand.
complete Strike Force. That's cool. And then he can do all the other incarnations, right, as he goes.
Yeah, I totally dig that.
You know what? An El Matador Hasbro needs to be redone because he's got that pudgy Jake the Snake body, and Tito was
Yes.
ripped as El Matador. That was not
He
fair.
was ripped. So
Damn, wow, you're right.
And Mitch has been doing great work. We've ripped him apart and we've praised him. Something I will rip him apart for is his recent announcement that he's collaborating with Rush Collectibles.
Does that mean in 10 days? What does this mean?
10.
The new year is going to be
He signed
huge.
Sean Spears illegally? What are we talking here?
Are they going to show off some collab? I mean, Rush Collectibles is an absolute joke. We discussed them so many times in this podcast. So
Well, people
I
have
think,
been getting their Chris Van Vliet's after 7 years, right?
yeah, I think so. It might win worst figure of the year according to the major marks. I love Chris. So I
I haven't
hate to
seen
give him that award, but
Same. I love Chris. Yeah, that sucks.
we like
10 celebrates our copy.
We like Mitch. We support Mitch. I don't know if I can support this decision, but let's see what happens. In 10 days, the new year is going to be huge, so we'll be watching. But
I'll have a little live Mitch.
Me too. I got those
later in the show.
oh, okay. So pretty cool. Pro Wrestling Tees, AEW Micro Brawlers, guys. Outrunners. Let's
No,
go,
I didn't
baby.
even see this.
Let's go.
That's great. And those
With
look
a
awesome.
Chase shirt variant. These guys.
couple
The
assholes,
best.
to be honest.
That's
What?
Yeah.
I feel like these might resurrect Micro Brawlers a little bit.
I absolutely love these. These guys should have been in Big Rubber Guys. They should have been Major Bendies. I found them first.
Man, to be honest, if you guys were announcing Outrunners Big Rubber Guys right
I
now,
know we did. That's a mishap.
oh, they could do a little commercial for them too.
Oh my god!
About their time in the AWA.
That's a mishap.
Yeah.
All right.
Jazzwares showed off their Unmatched Collection 11 with some great holiday photos with the Sting and Darby
Oh,
Allin.
crap,
These are
that looks great.
the classic Stings, so I definitely need
That's
this.
exciting.
Yep.
Very exciting. NWA WCW Sting, also Blade Runner Sting, which I think is really cool.
Wow.
So I definitely need to get both those Stingers, but one of them is going to be a chase, right? One of the hard to get chases or the not so hard to get chase. I'm not quite sure about that.
Well, we need Mattel to counter with a warrior.
Ooh,
They got it,
that would be sick. That would be sick. Speaking of Tito Santana, he announced in a recent interview that he and Coco Beware recently signed nostalgia agreements. Arriba!
Arriba!
So,
Okay.
I mean, they both need.
I mean, Coco needs a Mattel desperately.
Yeah.
Tito's is great. It's just, at least 10 years old now.
And that was a peg warmer.
Something, remember, I mean, we've discussed it before. There was,
Well, the
is that when
Hogan got pulled.
banned and then they overpacked Tito, and then Tito just sat at Targets for years.
Yeah. But I would love a good old El Matador Tito.
Right.
Would be sick.
Or even to
Fo-
refresh the one they did, like ringside style. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
absolutely.
I wouldn't hate that either.
Foco, they showed off the bust big head. Look at this. 9.5 inches, The Rock and Hogan.
Jeez.
Pretty,
Out of
one of 40,
48.
one of 48.
That's wild.
La Puma. You working over here?
Too close to the holidays.
It's too close to the holidays with La Puma. He better get this. One
Nice
out of
hand on the
48.
holster.
Damn. People have been finding the Evolution 3-pack, but in the UK at Smith's. This is the Target Evolution 3-pack, but I guess it's also
here. It's exclusive
Smith's.
to Target, right? Okay.
Yes. That's a great. I love this
What's
one.
your plan? What's your plans today? You getting this, Broski?
I don't know.
The Hunter. Oh, I can just tell with the soft goods. I'm not gonna like that figure.
But it almost works because his suit was so big and bad.
Oh God! But then also in my mind, Hunter, and probably not accurate to this moment, but Evolution Hunter to me has no beard,
Yeah.
right? So I don't really want to.
As cool as this is, I think I have better versions of all three from this particular era.
I mean, there's really no Evolution Batista though. You might need that. He might be the one you got to keep.
What the best of Ruthless Aggression? Batista's not Batista.
Best of Ruthless. I guess
Or
it
whatever-
can count. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
so-
definitely no Dave with that hair like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. But I don't know if I need that like messy hair like that. It's cool because it's
Right,
for the
right,
moment, but. And then I would
Yeah.
use the Orton from like the night before when he wins the title in the salmon
Right.
color.
I mean, you literally. If you don't pose this in the pose, like, what are you doing?
I agree. But listen, it's a great set.
No, it's very
Just-
cool. I appreciate it. I just don't know if I need it.
Just might not need it for me. Some people have been getting their CM Punk Mattel creation. Some people have been getting a 2-month shipment delay notification.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
A lot of backlash on this figure because like the pants are the wrong color.
I don't think they are though.
I think they're a little too dark. I was doing some research myself. So, D, what do you
Right.
think here, D?
I mean, guys, come on. This is a T-shirt of a guy in a plain white shirt and jeans
But I
when he
think
walked out for 60 seconds. Like, what do you like?
Well, I think that's what they're. I think that's the point. It's like, all
That's
right,
what you knew you were getting when you ordered it, though. Like, you
But
know
I think
what
it's. I think they're saying, all right, if it's for this iconic moment, how do you get the pant color wrong? And I kind of agree with that.
mean? All right.
D, what do you think?
It's time to play the game.
A double entry.
Time to play the game.
Yeah, initially it looks like in the color render, obviously stuff changes. It looks like it initially had a dry brush or maybe an inkjet operation across the pants, or multiple inkjet operations across the pants.
Yeah,
But
but
that
that's
didn't
not
make
going to change the color.
No, yeah, I think, obviously the color was changed along the way. It is, in this photo, it looks more of a blue, but it's kind of like a grayish blue. So it's more gray than it is blue. So, or I guess a bluish gray, I should say. So, yeah, things got changed. It looks like, and then the middle picture is the one, the paint model that was on display at the World, WWE WrestleMania at the World. So things did change along the way, and I guess the beard color also did get partially darker. Potentially that could have been a licensor request, or that's just, things just don't always go as according to plan, or things get changed from initial conception.
Right. I think it's I didn't order this, but I could see.
Same.
It was one heck of a value. It was $25. You get
Really?
a pretty rad elite, and it also came with the additional soft goods shirt. But yeah, some people have been getting shipment delay notifications sent to their email, and similar with Amazon, you got to approve the delay.
That's
or else,
frustrating.
yeah, I think Target also does the same thing as well. Sometimes it just depends. So just notifying customers that a delay has transpired. So.
Damn.
So some people got theirs fulfilled, and some people. So some customers were saying that like they were like the first to be ordered. So I guess potentially they weren't fulfilled in the order in which they were received. So just things just happened. So
That's a bummer.
I never understand how that works with any company. Because I've
Yeah.
ordered stuff on day one from places and not got, where people are getting it. And I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Broski, we have a little bit of ringside news before we move on here.
Oh, what do we got, Mark?
So new in stock from the Vault Series 4, ringside exclusive with Cody Rhodes, Bruised, Bray Wyatt, Razor Ramon, Purple, and Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh, I need the Warrior on the fence about Razor.
I got to go get that Warrior. I haven't been home.
Also, main event 154 with Kiana James, Jake Roberts, CM Punk, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. Back in stock. Back in stock also. AEW Unrivaled 16 with Orange Cassidy, Julia Hart, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Hardy. And the first pre-orders shipping now for Elite Top Picks 2025 with Logan Paul, Steve Austin, and CM Punk.
What?
All right, well, up next we have the Ringside Top 10.
This episode of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has been brought to you by Ringside Collectibles, the #1 online retailer of WWE action figures.
Go to WrestlingFigures.com and make a purchase. And when you do, use discount code MAJOR at checkout to save 10%.
Ringside Top 10. Brand new figures. How much did you spend? Ringside Top 10. 40 figures. Exhausting mailmen. Ringside Top 10. Another sale. And Sami Zayn's #1 again. Ringside Top 10. Use code MAJOR for discount at the end.
All right, number 10 here, Saraya, AEW Unrivaled 15. Number 9, Tony Schiavone, AEW Ringside
The price on
exclusive.
that figure is unreal.
How
awesome.
cheap? $2.99?
Might be like $750 or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
Bro, for the only way to get the guy ringside exclusive, insane.
True. I might get one. Another one. Number 8, RVD, ECW, WWE Defining Moments Ringside Exclusive. Number 7, Jerichohausen. Chris Jericho,
I think
AEW
that's
Ringside
like
Exclusive.
$750, insane prices.
Number 6, Samoa Joe, AEW Unrivaled 15. That's a great figure. Number 5, Diesel from the Vault, Ringside Exclusive Series 2. Number 4, Malachi Black Suited, AEW Unmatched Series 8. Number 3,
$1.99 or $2.99.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Number 3, Three Faces of Foley, Elite 3-pack.
they're all.
That one's got a great
The
deal
prices
for
on those
3
I
figures.
couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Number
believe.
2, Bryan Danielson, AEW Unmatched Series 9. And number 1, DX WWE Retro 4-pack Ringside
I think
Exclusive
it's-
Triple H China Road Dogg.
It might be under $19.99.
Hi, Chelsea.
Might be under
Say hi.
the 4 retros exclusive DX pack. Might be $19.99 or less.
Ooh. Wow. I might get another one just to have them in box. All right.
All right, guys. Well, let's go to some weekly purchases brought to you by Major. CollectMajor.com.
Big match at my house? I'll bring my guys. You have yours. I've got Sergeant Slaughter. And I got Ric Flair. Woo! Here's Andre the Giant. And here's Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. And Brian Myers. And Matt Cardona.
They're so real. Can you tell the difference?
Roster cut. Video silence.
Big rubber guys. They're for real. Each sold separately on MajorBendies.com.
Big rubber guys. Collect them all.
All right, guys. Weekly purchases brought to you by CollectMajor.com. Every single week, use the hashtag CollectMajor. If we choose your picture or video, you will get a prize. Who won this week, Mark?
Joe Sullivan here. Awesome Joe is. He says, I've waited 41 years to be able to do the Doomsday device with the Road Warriors, and thanks to Collect Major, now I can. Too bad Hulkster had to take it. These are the best big rubber guys yet. Best line of the year. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And yes,
photo
we
was awesome.
designed
Thank you.
those Road Warriors to be able to do the Doomsday device. So I'm glad you did that. You nailed Hogan with it. All right, weekly purchases. What do you guys get?
Come on, guys. It's time for some Powertown. Also, I
we're
wrestled
starting
Will
hot,
Hobbs
huh?
last week, and I did that to his face, by the way. Powerhouse. True story. Guys, Magnum TA overnighted the Matt and Brian Powertown 2-pack, the only 2 finished samples in the world.
Unbelievable.
One came to me, one came to Matt. I did a live unboxing on YouTube. It's still there. You can watch it forever. Goddamn, I've never loved a figure of myself more than this. Like, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Unbelievable.
They're unbelievable. Look at Matt's niacin, like, tan.
Right.
Bro, I love these so much. I had to bring these to New York with me to really talk about them on the pod. And really,
It's like surreal. I also saved this to show everybody so they can get an idea. The box.
Huge.
huge.
Yeah, so here I grabbed, so for people reference, here's the Dolph Ziggler Elite. So you can see how big and awesome the box is.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I cannot wait to sign it. There's me, Matt. Powertown, you know, they love the story. They moved that to the back here. So you still get, like, you know, a lot of copy, a lot of story about who you're buying and what you're purchasing. Just so freaking cool.
Jesus, that is awesome.
I mean, I'm
Look at this robe right here. Unbelievable soft goods robe, and I am not a soft goods guy at all.
Breathtaking.
It is beautiful. It's a beautiful
I
robe.
love it. The rope is sewn into the back so you don't lose it.
Yeah.
Like, great touch. Guys, I'm going to sign this live just to get an idea what it looks like.
There are so many details about this that I love. My, I think, favorite detail is that, like, I wear AMA knee pads, but trace knee pads over, and no toy company that I can think of has ever done the trace knee pad properly. There should be like a little strap under the knee pad, and they did it. Like, see that extra purple under the
Oh, yeah. Wow, you're right.
yeah. So it's such a little attention to detail, but it makes a big difference. Even like, bro, the buckles on my bootstraps are painted. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Like the
Holy
detail
cow.
here is unreal. I love the titles. I will say, like the Brian, dude, I don't know if there's
that scan is like epic, man.
Definitely.
And what I love about and you know most Ultimates and some Elites are like this, but these are truly like 2-in-1 figures. I think like this mat, like you need this mat like this, and then you need it with the robe on. I think the Brian, you put all you put the hood on, the mask, and then you need it without all that stuff.
And even like look at the mask head. The hair is purposely like tucked. So yeah, so you can it doesn't get in the way and it all fits so snug and like perfect. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that is cool.
I just signed this first time just to kind of get an idea.
Oh yeah.
Can't see.
I love the tan on mine. I want to publicly thank D Freedom because he was going back and forth with us to make these as perfect as possible. Look at this going down on Chelsea face. I love this one.
I almost
right
said
there
that in my video and I kept it to myself.
Yeah. Look at that. Love it.
You know, by the way, people were asking peg holes
Peg holes, yes.
on both figures, which is very cool, which I don't think has been on previous Powertown figures. Like my only critiques is I don't love the way the wrists are and the way the hands connect, but that's all the power. I mean, all the Powertown has been like that. So like,
Right, that's that. Exactly, I agree with you.
and I know it's been discussed that like they might try to change it going forward, but that's it. That's a small critique.
Before we went on air, I thought one little critique was like the back of my boots, like they didn't paint the joint. Is that what you want to call it? But that's a
I almost
nitpicky
feel like-
thing.
Oh no, well, I'm confused. I feel like maybe they just flip flopped it because wouldn't that like make it? Oh wait, no, because in the front. I see.
I
There's no way
can
to do
live with that.
Bosky. That's impossible.
We'd have to
Because
paint
then the front
that.
would have the wrong color. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but listen,
'Cause you can see it from the front.
Yeah.
See it there?
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah,
you want
I
that
see.
to be purple? That'd be or silver.
Right,
That'd be eyesore.
Right.
So that's your compromise. That you'd have to see that a little bit.
But yeah, I absolutely love these. I love this. Look at the razor on the elbow pad. This was right after Razor Ramon passed away. So this is my little you can't really tell here, but my little shout out to Scott Hall. Man, these I think totally worth the wait in my opinion. I can't wait for the fans to get these. I saw one. I don't want to say anything negative about them. It's like I can't wait for Powertown to put these for sale 5 more times. Like no, they're not putting them for sale ever again.
It's possible. Yeah, I saw that smug little comment, but I don't. I really don't know if that's even possible.
We
honestly,
listen,
I almost would love for it to be true because for people not to have these is a shame.
well, no, I disagree with you 100%, Brian, because I want the people who waited and bought them to get them. And sorry, guys,
Right, I know.
you didn't get them. And also, we placed our orders for these based on the fact that these weren't going to be released.
Yeah,
So, I bought a good amount of these
same.
because I was told that they would not be re-released. So I'd be really hot.
right.
So, man, look at
Did you
those
get
are
the
my
coin?
pictures.
I
did
meant
not
to
get the
text
coin.
We didn't get the coin. I meant to text Magna about that. 'Cause hopefully that if the coin delays these, that would be
Oh my
just
God.
Because that's the only
ridiculous
reason
situation.
I bought it. I needed that coin, you know. What I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but you can't promise something for free and then.
Right. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I will say I think this is my favorite figure of myself. It's definitely my favorite Brian figure. And I'm very excited to see what happens in 2025 for the rest of Powertown because these, they just blew me away.
It made me so excited for the future of the TNA line too.
That's true. Didn't even
Yeah.
think of that. Those
You got to
single
think about it. You're
releases.
going to have a badass Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander, Moose, and Eddie Edwards figure coming.
And
Yeah,
I
hopefully
understand. I understand some people are a little upset
by
these
the
aren't.
spring.
They're not necessarily in scale with Mattel or Jazzers, but I don't
They're
think
like
they're like.
right there. They're a smidge bigger. I did a lot of comparisons. If you watch the unboxing on YouTube, I took out a Jazzwares figure, a Super 7 figure, and a Mattel figure so you could see.
Man, I'm putting this robe on for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Broski's Dream Mania match right here. Look at that. I mean, it's
Oh,
Oh,
Broski's-
yeah, look at that.
Much bigger than
Nick
Ziggler,
Nemeth
which
is a very tiny man, guys. So
right.
you know,
Yeah.
Damn, look at this right here. This is Unreal. I don't know how I'm going to display this. I think I definitely. Well,
bunch.
I definitely need 3. 1 mint on card, 1 without the robe, 1 with the robe.
I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, man. Decisions. Just
Really cool.
Unbelievable. I mean, I did KNS WrestleFest yesterday, a live virtual signing, and they had me rank my figures, and I said this is number 1 for sure. I think 2 is my first Super 7, and 3 would be my Mattel Elite 64. But
I'd have to agree with
all
that.
the times.
I think yours is just absolutely flawless. I love the hood. I love the jacket.
It's all so soft too. It goes on and off very easy.
Very easily. I'm a hard good guy, so I like the jacket. I think.
And I let the brush on it is like pretty nuts. Like where it looks exactly like the jacket, like that jean jacket I wore a lot in my career, to be honest with you.
NWA World Title that says National Wrestling Alliance.
Shout
It says
out!
NWA.
I actually texted him and said, said, hey, these are in, and I appreciate you signing off on this because this has been in such the works that Scott D'Amore signed off on this coming with that title. So,
Oh yeah, wow.
Wow.
yeah,
Cool.
Damn. So great figures. Hopefully you guys will get them in the next month or so.
They're on the water, we're told.
On the water. All
Well,
right.
Brian, we both got these Mitches, right?
Yeah, and that's my only other thing I got this week.
I also am open. You might have got those, but they're at home, bros.
WrestleMania 10 Macho Man repaints, basically.
Yeah.
You know, we got the at WrestleMania 8 last week, and then these are the counterpart. I don't think I'm going to open these because 8 is like my favorite Macho Man match. And this is him and Crush, right? I don't really...
Yeah.
You're not opening this?
I don't know. But they're nice. Very nice match. Incredible. But 8 means like so much more to me in my collection. Those ones I opened and kept.
This one smells weird.
10 means more to me because I was there.
Right, yeah. So maybe you're in the opposite boat, Bruce?
Well, there you go. I mean, these are great. They're exactly what we opened the other week. Just repaints. I love them a lot.
Which is smart on Mitch as a businessman just to realize that he could do that, you know.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
sure.
when I was a kid, I did not really like this Macho Man because I felt like I couldn't play with it. And the idea of getting the same person from the same match and being able to do the entrance and then switch for the
Awesome.
match is
That's
so
like a
cool and so
childhood dream
Hasbro
come
to me.
true.
Yeah, exactly. And- and-
It is a travesty that Hasbro never made a real playable Macho in an outfit like that.
right.
Oh, 100%.
Travesty.
So that's why I think this is great. And he's I'm thinking, Zombie's doing Macho. How can you do it better? And unless Zombie's doing something interesting like this, I really like what he's doing. He has a unique take on it. So good for him. And if you're a retro collector, I think you need these for sure. No question. This is something to not pass on. At least one of them.
I got some retro stuff. I'm not with me, but we have the pictures from D Freedom. So I got the Epic Toys Wrestling Megastar Series 3, Boris Zukov, Onita, Eddie Guerrero, and Bobby Heenan. And I was blown away
You
by
opened
these.
over big.
Blown away by these. Epic has really stepped up their game. Their new packaging is kind of like the Mattel retro, like resealable packaging, which it doesn't really matter to me because I open them, but they're not quite like Hasbro's anymore,
Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero
I
looks
just-
awesome.
Yeah.
They all look great. They all blew me away.
I'm a hypocrite and a stickler because big rubber guys are like that and LJNs weren't. But something about
Right.
that just like doesn't feel right with a retro figure. I don't know.
Yeah, so I like them all. The Heenan is my favorite. The Eddie is great. I just feel like the Onita and Boris were just so good. I had to get them because I collect these retros. So, Zombies are my favorite because to me, in my head, they're like advanced versions of Hasbro's. Like if Hasbro's might have continued, how they would, But these feel like the most Hasbro-esque. These and like the FC toys. Epic has been doing such a great job. So I had to get all these. And then I can't believe I'm going to put this guy over, but when I went to not Kyle Peterson, he was great. His collection, people are still loving his collection. One of the reels we made from his tour has almost 1 million views, which is nuts on social media.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, what?
Yeah.
But
It's
he
his
had
secret door.
his secret entrance door. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Go check out that full video if you haven't already. But he had all his retros on display, and he had some of the KWK figures. And I'm like, damn, I've been itchy about these, and I saw them in hand. I was like, I got to get him. And I went online, and I had to track him down. I got the Mantar and the Comet Kid, the Max Moon. They're pretty damn good. I'm not going to, we've talked about this guy and his business, the way he does his business in the past, and not, necessarily a fan, but these figures are too good that I could not have a Mantar and a Max Moon in my collection.
What is that piece of paper over his face?
I'm not quite sure. So this I actually got from Max Moon or Comic Kid. It's signed by him. I had to get it off his personal Facebook because these are hard to get.
Wow. Yeah.
And it turns out I got
$350 is like nothing.
Yeah, and it turns out I bought the wrong version. I bought the Mantar that I didn't want. There's the other. I want the other Mantar. So this one will hold me over for now, and then I want another because he has so many variants. It's confusing. So, but they look good. I'll admit they look good, and they feel good. So yeah, I just broke down and got them, and they were pricey. They were I spent over $100 on each one because they're not easy to get.
Jesus.
So, but I needed them. I needed a Mantar and a Comic Kid Max Moon in my collection. So, I guess check him out because he's been making a lot of
whole not Hasbro shelf in your new.
I will, yeah. Like with the zombies. Yeah, I'm gonna have Hasbro's, Mattel retros, and I think, fuck, I don't know if I'll keep all the zombies together and then everyone else I'll mix, or maybe I'll mix the zombies and everyone else.
Right.
Not quite sure about that, but. I know you're strictly a zombie guy, but there's so many good ones out there and I love the style of figure. So I'm not a completist by any means. I'm not getting everybody from every company, but I like a lot of them. This is a weird one, but I got an original San Francisco Toy Makers vibrating Sting mint on card because for my new toy room, what I want to do is I want to have at least one figure from the set mint on card. Does that make a little sense?
As like a centerpiece around the collection.
Yes, exactly. Cool. Because I don't, obviously I love mint on card figures, but I don't have the real estate to display all mint on card. Mm-hmm. But I want to symbolize, because it's nostalgic to me to see something in the package like this. Some of us had really cool packaging.
That makes a lot of sense.
That thing might have been one of the most disappointing purchases of my entire life.
I know, but this is the first Crow Sting.
I know, you're right. That's why I was so gassed up to get it.
Right.
I was just like, wow.
So, it still vibrates. So this is the plan as of now. Maybe when I get the real estate all set up, I'll decide, I don't have room for all this. But the plan now is to have at least one mint on card from each set and then have the loose figures around it.
You get mint on card from ECW, Taz?
I already have. I want to get Taz, RVD, and Dreamer and Sabu. I want to get 4. I want to break my rules and get 4.
Whoa!
But ECW ones are hard. I think everything is hard to get mint on card.
Especially really good
like
condition.
minty, to your standards, yes.
Minty to my standards, yes.
Yeah.
I want to thank Mark Bitters. He helped me out with my first ever video game grading. I had a WCW World Tour and a WCW NW Revenge. I sent them to Mark Bitters. He sent them to Wada for me. My WCW World Tour got rejected. They said it wasn't an original seal, which kind of broke my heart.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then my Revenge came back with a horrible grade, a 6.5.
What? Jesus.
Yeah. So both of these are going on Whatnot. I can't have a 6.5 in my collection. So both of them are going on Whatnot.
I don't know anything about what makes it a good or bad grade. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
You know what? I might have to go to your Whatnot to maybe bid on this a little bit.
Oh yeah? And this one's sealed. So they're both going on Whatnot, but I do want to thank Mark Bitters for helping me out with this. He really appreciate his help. But both getting cut from my collection before they even enter.
Man, you should try eBay with this, but
fuck eBay. I don't even want to deal with eBay.
Man, I might go in there and bid on this.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. The whatnot I'm going to have when I return, it's going to be epic. It has so much stuff. It has the contract from the Jericho Cardona contract signing. It's got a lot of cool stuff. The table I
Can't wait
put
to
them
let out.
through.
I'm getting itchy, bro. Getting itchy.
lot
I
of
shut
cool
it down for
stuff.
the year, but I'm itchy.
That's right.
Well, actually, so two things. One, last week me and Knick did the NWO Whatnot Takeover. You guys were gone, so we both did our stream on Monday. So big shout out to all the major marks who showed up to that stream. It was super fun. Oh man, I honestly, guys, I had a blast doing it. I was
You're
playing
back, baby,
music. I was playing music. It was awesome. It was a lot of work. But speaking of the Jericho match there, broski, we both were gifted hard tickets. A couple of these are yours.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mark, I was texted that Smart Mark Sterling has some of your tickets.
Yes,
Mine is
but he
back.
also gave one to me. So
Okay.
F off. But yeah, so we got 3 hard tickets from the Final Battle show.
I can't wait to get those PSA graded. It's funny because, my parents are going to the shows, and I said, please buy my shirt.
Right.
And then, like, my mom texted me, what shirt do you want me to buy? I'm like, my shirt? What shirt do you think I'm talking about? What should I buy my shirt? I want Dad to wear my shirt.
Right.
Buy my shirt. What other shirt? My shirt. Jesus. All right, that's it for weekly purchases for me.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
All right, major mark purchases.
Powertowns.
Yeah, baby.
All right, major mark purchases of the week. Let's start right here. Speaking of Final Battle, Russ Saylor says, signed up for Honor Club to see Matt Cardona. Great show, great matches. Glad I signed up and can't wait to see Mark Sterling, the premier athletes rule.
Oh, yeah.
He
Cool.
also said today, he made a little post. He says, I love this Ring of Honor app. I mean, not to be a shill here, they have almost every Ring of Honor show ever. I mean, it dates back 20 years. All those Hammerstein shows that they were talking about, great shit. There's some nice ones here, guys. Jake Wyatt says, quick pickup of these 2 buttes. A while back, Billy Peck and Husfar convinced me to start an autographed Bendy's collection. So after changing a few of my rules, I picked up an axe and smash of Demolition off eBay for a steel already autographed in white paint pen, one of my rules. So excited to add these to the collection. Can't wait for the next edition. Nice. Here we go. Thought this was unique. Danny Inklima says, I can now proudly say I'm a WWF Ringmasters completist. This line holds a special place in my heart,
Wow.
bringing back waves of nostalgia from those early days when I first fell in love with wrestling, wanting anything WWF related that my parents would agree to buy. To this day, I still believe this is one of, if not the greatest Goldust figure of all time.
Wow. what a
Dude,
take.
I love those figures, and the unfortunate thing is, like, I would love to do that for Major Pod, but they'd be so expensive, So it's like, if we can make it for $5 like these were, I'd love to do it, but we can't sell these for like $30.
Right.
I remember, Broski, maybe you remember. Remember when Toys R Us, the car place, got like refreshed and like redone?
Yes.
That was like the first thing I bought there. I walked in, those were on the things. I was like, whoa.
It's like Pops before Pops.
Yeah.
And I have the prototype, Austin and Andre.
He's also got the Pabst Blue Ribbon there. He's just
PBR,
chugging along
baby.
there. Look at this, Mark, guys. Saw him walk into the VIP meet and greet. Mark Yeager.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mark Yeager. He says, purchase VIP package for Ring of Honor for front row to see Matt take on Chris Jericho in my favorite local venue, and was delighted to walk into the VIP room. Admittedly, a bit late. It was so weird. He walked in very late to see Mark. To see Mark and the premier athletes doing the pre-show meet and greet. A majorly great night in the hollowed halls of Hammerstein Ballroom all around. Great to be back in that building for wrestling.
I just
Scott
picture Mark
Yeager-
Yeager home with like his wife and kids, and then there's just like a thing of smoke, and he's gone to like some wrestling show, and they're like, where
Bro,
is he?
he walks in so flustered with this plastic bag, and we're doing this meet and greet, like answering questions, and he's just in the back going, Mark, check this out. And he's pulling out the matte foam fingers. Look what I found for the. I'm like,
He's such a great fan. I love Scott Yeager.
he's awesome.
I appreciate the support.
All right.
This is weird to me.
I love this story. Did you see this one, Brian?
I kind of love this.
Gavin Ward says, got the chance to meet Cody this weekend and gift him this new Matt Cardona Super 7 as a joke.
That's the
Cody
best
said,
part.
quote, I like Matt, but not that much. Then he signed it and gave it back to me. Overall, great experience and peeped a Myers hat.
Does that say Deathmatch King God bless?
Yeah. So random.
Oh, man.
So random.
I love it. I love that he just... That's like when I go to Ringside with Max Caster, John tries to give him stuff, and he's like, I don't want this.
Oh, man.
Lee figure.
All right, check this out.
Bro,
This looks great.
this came as I left.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
man, that is unbelievable looking.
Matt
It's
Gilroy says
it's
the
fan
campaign-
made. Kind of.
The
Oh,
campaign
what?
closed over a year ago, but I finally got my Kickstarter DeLorean from Tommy, T-O-M-Y, Tommy. It's scaled for NECA figures and features lights and even fog effects from the exhaust. It also is die-cast metal, so it has a serious heft to it. Took a while, but it's the perfect centerpiece for my NECA Back to the Future collection. That's unbelievable.
I had to get this as well.
I don't know. We must have talked about it at least a
I
little bit.
feel like this is officially licensed, and maybe that's why I pulled the trigger. Maybe I'm wrong. D, does anyone know? Anyone in the chat know? Does D know?
He says yes, it is.
Okay, that's why I accepted it. Okay, but
That's
it's not
awesome.
NECA.
Looks
It just goes with the NECAs.
And it's scaled for the NECA, so
Yes,
you're
right,
good.
right.
Speaking of Hammerstein, big shout out. Leo Sparrow says was gifted hard tickets to Sunday's Hammerstein Dynamite Rampage by an AEW staff member / Major Mark to commemorate my AEW debut and first match at Hammerstein. So congrats, Leo.
There you go.
If you're
pretty
listening, thanks again for thinking of me. Rampage airs Friday. So he'll be on Rampage, the final Rampage. And then he actually teams with Alec Price. I don't know who they wrestled, though.
I'm proud of Leo for
The Dynamite
that.
that airs on Christmas was taped Sunday?
Yep.
Cool.
All right, and then last one. This one's unique, so I picked it. Harlow Arbiol says, I recently got promoted to lead private investigator at my job. So for Christmas,
awesome.
I wanted to treat myself to a new guitar, Blink-182's Tom DeLonge Fender Starcaster. I wanted to customize it. I wanted to make it a tribute to my favorite band, Blink-182, and my favorite wrestler, Bret Hart. So I give you
Wow.
the Sharpshooter.
Nice
That's cool.
shoe collection in the background there, too.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, what's next?
Up next is the Q&A, brought to you by Blue Chew.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, if you're feeling your age more than you used to, especially in the bedroom, it's time to snap out of it. Blue Chew is what you need to perform where it's most important and perform in a major way.
Does Blue Chew work? If you're asking that question, we want you to know that Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is by giving you a month free. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive the prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises.
So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
Blue Chew wants men to rock hard. They told me. That's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our audience. Try Blue Chew free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
All right, welcome to the Q&A, brought to you by Blue Chew. I will say this. I'm in a hotel suite right now. It's just me and Chelsea. but her sister is joining us tomorrow. So tonight is the night for the Blue Chew.
Sweet. Oh, no.
Tonight is the night for the Blue Chew.
Oh boy,
Let's
that's why
go.
she ran out of the room in the background there.
But she was running into the room.
Yeah.
She went and got breakfast. She ran into the room. She knows.
Oh, gotcha.
She knows the deal. You know? And I will say, I told her, you're the women's champion, babe. There's a tradition of wrestling.
Oh no.
I don't know where you're going.
And no Blue Chew was needed for that one, pal.
Okay.
Ay caramba. Let's move on.
All right. My question, Smile Mark 94 says, in a business full of gimmicks and characters, how much of an issue is imposter syndrome? How do you guys deal with maintaining your status as successful gimmicks and characters? Is
What does that even mean?
Two kind
I don't know what that means.
I don't think that you guys have ever in your entire lives had imposter syndrome. Just by knowing.
What does that even
two?
mean, though?
I'm Googling that term right now.
It's like when you don't have the confidence and you feel like you don't belong
What is imposter syndrome?
or whatever.
Okay, so
The
I
persistent
didn't know
belief that you are not good enough or competent despite... No, come on, no.
See, I knew it.
Well, hold on one
And
second.
I can
because
tell you exactly why, but...
Go ahead.
Broski,
I
speak.
definitely thought, like, there was an era when we were, like, the major brothers where I didn't feel, like, comfortable and, like, confident, and, like, that wasn't
Yeah,
me.
but
and,
that's
like,
being green. That's different.
okay.
No, that literally is when you feel like you're somewhere that you don't belong. When sometimes it's
Well,
like
no, I
when
didn't.
you-
No, I didn't. Okay, well, I definitely felt like I belonged. I just didn't feel comfortable, like, in that necessarily, like, the role of being, like, the major brothers, especially in the WWE setting. Because when we were doing it in fucking McDonough, Georgia, those people in McDonough, Georgia bought the major brothers on the main stage of WWE. Even Brian and I, as these 21-year-old kids, we were smart enough to know this will never work in WWE. That's why we got to be so over the top babyface that we're heels, and that's what we had pitched in promo class. We'd be sending these heel promos,
right?
because we thought like it would work. Like, yeah, we'll be these over the top cheesy babyfaces and be hated for it. Like, that's the gimmick.
Right.
But like, no, you're gonna be called up to ECW as these babyfaces. I was like, oh no.
Right.
And like, it didn't work. And even when it just didn't work.
We were also too, like, green and young to... We had no, weren't good enough yet to pull it off.
Right.
But
we
I mean,
had a
just by
chance.
knowing you guys and knowing that, like, both of your stories are so similar in the sense that you never really, you didn't have a backup plan because you just were so confident that you just knew this was going to be the thing and you were going to do whatever you had to do to make this your career. But there's a lot of people. I mean, I've had imposter syndrome in my shoot job. When I got promoted to be the manager, there was a while I was like, well, they're going to find out someday that I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Fake it till you make it, Mark.
Right.
Guys, I just want to cut you off and say Chelsea just texted me, said no Blue Chew needed for what?
What are you talking about? I heard
Uh-oh.
Blue Chew needed for that, pal, and I'm like, hold on. What the fuck are they talking about?
I was just saying,
Say it.
when someone wins a championship in wrestling, there's a tradition, and I said, and I said, no Blue Chew needed for that, pal. All right.
Anyway, somewhere along the lines when we got put with Edge, I got very comfortable in what we were doing, like being fast-tracked and learning. And I was comfortable I got comfortable at what I was doing in the ring. And then forget about it. When I went to FCW, I just became like a arrogant shit because I was like, I'm so much better than these guys. I know what I'm doing. I was very arrogant. But I also, on the flip side, I think that was a great thing because you are nothing in pro wrestling without confidence. So even if it's like foolish pride, you're better off than being like, oh, God, am I good enough to be here?
Right.
Like, that's just not a great approach.
Well, this spoke to me a little bit because I've had this many times. Early on in my career, when I was trained by other people, I was terrible. And every time I was booked somewhere, my feeling in the back was, I can't believe they let me in here.
Right.
What are they thinking? Obviously, training with Cap, I got way more confidence. I was confident in my ability. I knew I could deliver for independent shows, and things changed, right? But then when I first started with AEW, there was a long time where I felt like somebody's going to see me and go, "What's he doing here?" and be like, "Get him the hell out of here!"
Very intimidated by Abrahantes' performances. That you
Right? Exactly. I mean, this was so early. There was I would be like getting on these AEW planes with all AEW people and like feel like I couldn't even talk to anybody because I wasn't part of the team.
Right.
I think they were just looking at you weird because you're wearing shorts and a hat.
Yeah. And they didn't know who you
Right,
were.
they didn't know who I was. Exactly.
You look different in a suit than civilian clothes.
It's like, oh, when did
We're
he
wearing
get here?
BizCash.
Yeah. But there was a point where I don't know if it was when I started doing stuff with Nice where I was actually being used as a manager and doing stuff and then I'm like, you know what? Fuck
You
this
can say Jade's name, Mark. It's okay.
No, I'm saying when I was with Jade, I wasn't doing much. Like
I thought you were doing more with Jade than you're doing now with these.
I would be on TV often more, but I wasn't
Not
doing
performing
anything in the
as much.
matches.
Right.
Like there was, I wasn't really adding much to the presentation other than a prop.
Right.
So then how do I prove my value as a prop? It's a guy in a suit. But when you are doing spots, wrestling moves, cutting more of the promo, that's when I felt like, you know what? I can do this. I'm nailing these promos on one take. I'm hitting every spot. Everything that we're given, we're knocking out of the park. And that's when I started to feel more part of the team and the imposter syndrome went away. And I feel like the performances got better too. And my nerves were gone. And there was no confidence problem. So,
Well, I
to
mean,
answer your question-
sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, good. That's it.
I mean, I still to this day even with the match I had with Jericho the other day, I had to give myself a little pep talk, like
Being nervous is different than not having confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Matt's question. Chris Cerullo at CJ95. He says, with the YouTube success of Broski's Trip to See Kyle's collection, have you guys ever thought of pitching a full show? By the way, not just his video, but also with the Hardy Boys collection too. Have you guys ever thought of pitching a full show to a network of you touring the best toy collections around the country? Maybe something you put in your back pockets for later in life.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. We have pitched many shows to networks. There's actually a trailer for one of them. I don't necessarily think touring collections has enough meat on the bone, to be a full blown show. But I do think
a lot of nonsense, right? Edited.
But I do think there's something to, like, almost like pimp my collection, like pimp my ride, like finding someone who has like an insane collection but not displayed properly or at all, and we go and we like man cave up their house, and build like some sort of display for them. I think there's something there. Too. But just touring people's collections, I think for a television program, as Vince
it would have
would
to
say,
be expanded.
Broski, you should really watch that Golden stuff on Netflix.
I watch it.
You do? I think you would enjoy it.
My problem with that show, and it's all reality TV show, is just like it's so fake. And I know reality TV's fake.
That's all that stuff.
I know, but I'd want to, of course, but I would want to do
You're
it in a
also
way
in
that's
television, so you have to take a step back. That like I'll watch Love Is Blind with Liz, and I'm like seeing stuff, and I'm like, well, you don't know if that reactions to this moment. That could be a clip from before, and I think that about
it almost
everything.
undoubtedly is.
Yeah, and right. And I try to explain that to her. I'm like, you don't know that that's the face he made or what happened, like at all.
yeah.
The tour idea could work if it was expanded. Not just action figures or wrestling figures, but if it was more of a man cave or garage situation, because there are hundreds, thousands of people with unbelievable collections type. It doesn't have to be toys.
Right.
It could be other things. So I think there is sort of meat on the bone if the hosts were entertaining enough. So I think you could do something like that. But I do love the pimp the garage or pimp the basement thing. It's great.
Yeah, I think there's something there. I mean, there's the collectible market. I think it's just growing and expanding. I think we're going to get to a point where it's accepted now, but I think it's going to be way more accepted where people, like casual people, are buying collectibles as investment pieces, and we're already kind of there. Where people are doing that. But, yeah, I think there's definitely, you're going to see more collectible stuff on television. And I would love to keep doing these for YouTube. And, if you have a great collection and we're in the area, Tugboat Guy, I know you're raising your hand. You're listening, you raise your hand. We're going to come get you, Tugboat Guy.
Yeah.
But the fans love this stuff. We love this stuff. And And it's great because like you watch Kyle Peterson did a full blown tour of his own collection, and it's shot completely different. Mine is more of like a POV, where I literally just it's really you're seeing like what my eyes are seeing. And I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you're going too fast." I wasn't really trying to capture. Well, here's Big Show, here's Swoggle. I was more trying to capture like how my eyes were really capturing. Like, what is all this?
Right.
So if you want to see a more in-depth look, I guess check out Kyle's videos. But
He goes shelf by shelf and explains.
Yeah, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here.
Right.
Story here.
Right.
But yeah, I think there's meat on the bone somewhere. And if you have a listen, we've dealt with 2 production companies with all these pitches, and I don't want to say wasted time, but it's more of like, okay, listen, if you want us for a show, like. And you got some of us, we're here, but I think our days of like making the pitch deck and all, I think, and the sizzles, I think we both, none of us have the time to do that anymore. And I don't.
I mean, it's all fake, so it's like, whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm,
Well, I'm just saying, like we don't
I
have
enjoy
the
that WWE show, but that's so fake too. But I like to just put it on as like mindless television.
What I was saying
I'm
was
not,
like,
hanging on every thread. Like,
of course. The point I was making is like we would do a show if someone came to us, but we don't have the time to be pursuing to do a show at this point.
yeah, I think that's the good way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Brian's question. Andy, blah face person. He says, when was the first time you realized your kids liked wrestling? Well, this question is only for Brian because Broski does not have kids and my daughter does not like it.
Well, I mean, I think Broski can answer it with his niece and nephew, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going
to say his dogs. when dude really loves wrestling.
Well, they sit with you and watch Final Battle at back, or
No. Sometimes. I mean, Brian is obviously is for him. My niece and nephew. I know they like wrestling, but I wasn't
They're,
there
like,
when
really
they discovered
into
it. They're very, very into it. Like they love it, and they love stuff that we love as kids, like watching a Royal Rumble. In Peacock, they can
it's nonstop.
you watch a Royal Rumble over and over, and that's how they learn about these old characters and stuff like that.
But how do you have any idea how it started?
I don't quite know. Maybe my brother just put it on for them.
His brother put on WTW.
Hey, my brother was all over the Ring of Honor because they did like a little video
I see that
package.
on like your Instagram or there.
Unbelievable.
Or something, yeah.
So much backstage footage. Backyard footage.
I really don't know. I mean, I like really pushed it on my kids, and they couldn't have cared less. Like I'm showing them, like, look at Dad as wrestling buddy. Look at Dad as figures. Going to shows. They've been to like so many cap shows, and then for whatever reason, that FWF where Chelsea wrestled Diana, like they were backstage, and like something clicked after that. And then Mackenzie was literally obsessed for like a good year and a half, and then forgot about it. Like couldn't have cared less again for another year and a half. And then like I don't even know the answer. There's like a resurgence going on now with that's like pretty substantial.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll 2 quick stories that I'll say the complete opposite. And my daughter, I remember one time putting on the 2020 WrestleMania in the background. It was just me. I was watching her. She was very young, and it was like I think it was Rhea versus Charlotte, and it was an empty building, right? No sound. Remember how weird that was?
It's so weird.
And the girls were just fighting and yelling, and all you heard was these like that whatever. And she just started.
Dad,
crying.
what are you watching, you creep?
No, she started crying because she's like, "Why are they fighting each other?" It's a weird looking thing. Anyways, years later.
Quick side note here before
Yes.
you move on. If you watch back pandemic stuff, I think you're a freak.
Right.
No wrestling fans like on Peacock are like, let's watch back the empty arena. Like, there's no way, right?
Yeah. 100%. It's like a gone year, or at least
like,
half a year.
Forget about it. Like,
until they got those TV screens.
yeah, even
But,
that's not fantastic. But anyway,
So years later, there was the first time that I got the cake in the face. Right, I was out there with Jade. It was celebrating some sort of win or whatever, and then Red Velvet threw the cake in my face. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, I'm like, this is going to be something that Iris would like. She will watch this, and Dad's getting caked in the face. That's hilarious, right? So I'm showing her, like, so happy to show her this thing. And then obviously right after the whole thing was supposed to be for Jade and Red Velvet to fight. And then I get kicked in the face, and then Jade spins her, and they get in a pull-apart brawl. And it was a great, hard-hitting pull-apart brawl. So Iris just starts crying again because these two girls are just fighting so hard. So I'm like, all right, whatever. This week, I showed her. I did an interview where I did like a vignette for the Beyond stuff that I'm doing. So it was a very serious like promo where I'm talking to the camera, and I showed Iris it one morning on the way to school, and she watched it. I was very serious in this, and then she finished. She had this like blank look on her face. She was like very scared, and I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, you're a good actor." It was very intense, and I was like, "Oh well, thank you very much." I think I scared the shit out of her with that serious thing.
Like when you get like your heels and faces for the first time, does she like think that's cool? I mean, that's a little figure that looks just like you. Like there's no.
No, she does. She literally goes, "I'm going to put this on display," and she put it in her closet.
What about the Mark wrestling buddy? Nothing.
The wrestling buddy. She put a little hoodie on it, and she sleeps with it every night.
Okay.
Oh,
It
that's
looks
cute.
like a nice little dad thing, and it's literally her number one stuffy right next to her in the same spot, and she cuddles it every
Okay.
night.
So
that's
we
the
have
one thing that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah,
Make me nervous there for a second.
she just hates my guts.
Oh my God.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's go to
My
some.
kids do. I think they finally realized that I'm a heel. That's also a new layer that's going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Where they like root against me when I wrestle.
Oh, that's fun.
Me wearing the turkey suit is like their Savage Steamboat. That's like their favorite.
Yeah.
thing that happened. So
I love it. All right, guys. Let's go to some good housekeeping. Okay, guys, good housekeeping. Go to youtube.com/@MajorWPod. A lot of cool stuff up on there. We have the Kyle Peterson tour. The Galoob video will be up any day. We have some more vlogs.
Powertown unboxing.
Oh, you got to see the live Powertown unboxing.
The toy drive is up there. We'll be up there tonight if you're listening early.
Oh, very cool. ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWPod. Get your Major Pod merch over there on Pro Wrestling Tees. CollectMajor.com. Again, get the Matt and Brian Big Rubber guys. There's a Macho Man in stock, some bendies. And January 1st, Missy Hyatt, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. And there's going to be a mystery Major Bendy. I'll put that little tease there. January 1st, a little mystery Major Bendy for pre-order. Whatnot, Brian and I'm returning on the 30th, I believe. I'll be back.
Well, I'll be back in
I
January.
took the rest of the year off, and I scheduled a show for the 6th.
Okay.
January
Oh,
6th.
damn. All right.
I'll be back in January.
You're going to be back? What day?
Did you enjoy yourself, Mark?
Sometime. I just said I loved doing it. I was playing music. I was
Oh, right.
dancing. I was giving stuff away.
Nice.
Just a lot
and
of
making money.
Yeah, I have 2 family vacations coming up, so I cannot return until that time.
Broski, were you proud of my promo video I did, the NWO Takeover?
I thought it was very nice. I thought a little too much for a little whatnot, but it was good.
Hey, I'm only doing 2 a year. I better promote it as good as I
sure,
can, right?
sure.
Connect to act for the first time in his life.
It was pulling teeth to get Connect to send
I
that
bet he
video,
doesn't
by
like
the
that
way.
kind of stuff.
No, he doesn't.
Plugs. I got no shows. I had Seattle GCW show. I'm going to have to pull up because of my ankle. So I got nothing until January 3rd and 4th. I got First Wrestling. So that's all I got.
I have my last appearance of the year is tonight at the New York Islanders game. We're already plugging TNA Wrestling coming to the UBS Arena in Long Island. I'm crazy excited. Santana and I will be there as special guests of the Islanders promoting
Very cool.
Slammiversary. And I'm going to bring a date. And his name is VSK.
Oh, that's great. Oh, he
very
must be
cool.
thrilled.
Yeah, so very excited.
Good for him.
Love that.
AW's got the World's End pay-per-view in Orlando this week, and I believe me and the guys will be there. So,
Oh, wow.
Sweet. Well, guys, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything.
Hey, next week we're coming back hot with the best of the year.
Guys, and sign up, majormarks.com to get your votes in now.
We're on time.
1, 2, 3. I'll be back, Jack.
Join the community at MajorMarks.com and get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes footage, and become a member of the Major family.
You get bonus episodes on our careers, wrestling figure history, and exclusive interviews with our friends and legends in the business each month.
You also get early access to YouTube videos and, of course, the weekly podcast ad-free and breaking news updates.
Brand new shows featuring
Oh, baby.
and you. Each month, you can interview someone in the wrestling business with the Captain's Log.
Also, buy, sell, and trade in our exclusive Facebook community where people have become friends in real life.
Certain memberships include merch like monthly trading cards and quarterly mystery gifts.
Become a Major Mark and join MajorMarks.com today.